on the camera. We're hugging in.
Good evening from the Emirates Arena, Glasgow, and a warm welcome to Quipu TV's live coverage of this first of two exhibition matches between the hosts, the Scottish Thistles, and their Southern Hemisphere rivals, the New Zealand Silver Ferns. We're live streaming both exhibition matches between these two sides this week. The first starts in around 9 minutes' time, and the second at 7 p.m. GMT on Tuesday. We've seen some fantastic netball at the Emirates Arena over the past year, and the excitement shows no signs of abating, with these two great matches brought to you by Netball Scotland, Glasgow Life and Quipu TV. I'm Marianne Cosgrove. I'll be with you throughout both matches, and I'm delighted to be joined in the commentary box by Geraldine Moore, National Development Manager for Netball Scotland. Good evening, Geraldine.
Good evening, Marianne.
We have the Scottish Thistles tonight, ranked 12th in the world, Geraldine, coming up against the Silver Ferns, ranked second. What can we expect tonight?
Well, we can expect to see some awesome netball out here at the Emirates Arena. We have two exceptionally talented squads. We have the reigning Commonwealth champions, the Silver Ferns, taken to court. It will be a huge test for the Scottish Thistles, but one which they're relishing.
Great, and we're just having a wee look at the Silver Ferns there and the Thistles warming up, and we can tell you that we do have the starting lineups. The Silver Ferns, if I run through it: goal shooter Catherine Latu, goal attack Jodie Brown, Laura Langman at captain, wing attack, Millie Lees at centre, Jolene Henry at wing defence, Katrina Grant at goal defence, and Leanna DeBrain at goalkeeper. Maybe you can give us a Thistles team, Geraldine?
Certainly, the Scottish Thistles take to court. The lineup tonight is captain Leslie McDonald at goal shooter, Lindsay Gallagher at goal attack, Karen Connell takes the wing attack bib, centre is Sam Murphy, wing defence Claire Brownie, Rachel Forbes in the goal defence position, with Hayley Mulhern at goalkeeper.
And from wherever you are in the world and you're joining us tonight, we hope you enjoy today's match. If you'd like to comment on the game or the coverage, then the hashtag on Twitter is Thistles Ferns, and we hope to hear from you over the course of the next hour or so. So we're really looking forward to this contest tonight. This gives a chance for the Scottish Thistles to pit themselves up against the second best team in the world, the fantastic Silver Ferns.
Okay. Yeah, we're just seeing on court just now, we have the Thistles shooters just putting some shots up, getting a feel for the game. We've got excellent crowd here at the Thistles tonight. It's almost a sellout in the arena, the same again for Tuesday.
And very soon we're going to have the teams coming onto court with the national anthems being played for both teams. We will stress these are exhibition matches tonight and on Tuesday. They're not test matches. The Silver Ferns have named 14 for this game, so they can give some of their players a run out. I think they only arrived yesterday, is that right?
They arrived on Friday evening,
Friday,
and have settled in over the weekend. They've gone out to see the city, obviously in prep for the coming Commonwealth Games in July this year.
So there might still be a little bit of jet lag there.
Yeah, there might well be.
Could be to the Thistles' advantage.
Could be to our advantage, definitely.
So, we're just having a look at the Ferns on court. Silver Ferns going through their warm-up routine. And what do you think the coach, Tomano, will be looking for from her team tonight, Jerry?
Oh, yeah. We've worked with We've had the pleasure of watching our coach in the last year or so on a couple of occasions. Very demanding, absolutely no mess. She's very straight and direct with what she expects. Her standards are first class, the players know that, but she has brought some very young players with her in this tour as well. We see the young Pasika, who was here at the World Youth Champs, young goal attack, 19-year-old, who's part of the squad. Not starting, but perhaps we'll see her over the next 2 exhibition matches.
Yeah, and an interesting time for Scotland as well, looking at the Thistles, because we have a New Zealander sitting on the Scottish Thistles bench tonight. We have Gail Parata. Really, this is her first sort of test tonight, taking over the reins as the Scottish national coach. So it's probably a good one for Gail to take tonight. I'm sure she knows why very well, and she knows the Silver Ferns players well. So hopefully that'll make her feel comfortable and let her settle into her first big international situation.
Yeah, it's certainly a test and a half for your first match in charge of the Scottish Thistles, but you're right, Mary-Ann, Gail does know the Silver Ferns and the coaching team very well, so she'll have some tactics to counteract their strengths. She's had a couple of months now to work with the Scottish Thistles, and they're just starting to settle in different units and combinations getting put out there, and she'll be testing some of that over the next couple of matches.
So let's have a look at both teams and maybe try and pick out a couple of players that we would be looking forward to watch. Well, I think we're looking forward to watching all these wonderful players on court tonight. But who are the real dangers for the Silver Ferns?
Yeah, well, if we look at, first of all, their captain, Laura Langman. Mary-Ann, you were telling me recently she's been voted.
Yeah, amazing. Guardian, I think it was the Guardian group. A UK newspaper had a panel of people choosing the world's best netballers, and Laura Langman came out number 1 as the world's best netballer at this point in time. So we're really thrilled that she's here in Glasgow tonight, and we're going to be able to see these wonderful skills. She's a very dynamic, athletic player with an incredible innate ability to feed. Just everything looks so easy to her. Just the way she puts the ball into the shooters is fabulous, and we're really looking forward to seeing that on court tonight. Looking at the Thistles team, I guess a lot is always expected from Leslie McDonald. Jerry?
Yeah, Leslie's now our most capped player by quite some distance. She's sitting with 111 caps, which is a fantastic achievement for any sports person. Leslie leads from the front, always puts 100% out there and leaves nothing behind. An absolute pleasure to watch. Followed closely, Karen Connell is now racking up the caps as well. Karen's sitting with over 80 caps herself. So we have a mixture of some really in-depth experience on court with some young players backing them up.
Yeah, great. And looking again at the Silver Ferns, I'm really interested to see Catherine Latu playing tonight. A Northern Mystics player, formerly represented Samoa, but she is so talented in the shooting circle. She has such nimble footwork and really sees the gap so well in that shooting circle in that confined space. And I'm really looking forward to seeing her play with Jodie Brown starting the game off for the Ferns.
Oh, it'll be amazing to watch Catherine Latu. I had the privilege of watching her at the Fast Fives down in Manchester a couple of years ago. The most amazing ball handling. Everyone out there should watch and learn from this. It's absolute fantastic to watch.
And looking at the defenders and the Scottish Thistles, who are going to have to look at how they're blotting out Catherine Latu and Jodie Brown. We've got Hayley Mulheron at goalkeeper and Rachel Forbes at goal defence. Rachel came into the Scottish Thistles a couple of seasons ago when she toured the Pacific and made quite an impression in the squad. And she's here now in this final 20 who have been selected towards the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow in 2014. So really exciting for the home crowd to see Rachel Forbes in action tonight.
Yeah, Rachel's brought an extra level of depth to our defensive unit. The combination of herself and Hayley have been working very well recently at training. I've been able to watch some of the training sessions and watch these two grow. We have got some other top class defenders on the bench who'll be able to come in and relieve these players as well. So exciting times for the Scottish Thistles.
Yeah, and we can certainly look forward to a good contest going on in the circle in that Ferns shooting circle with Hayley and Rachel really testing themselves against some of the best shooters in the world. Yeah. Of course, we've always got Irene van Dijk sitting in the bench.
Yeah, they could just pop Irene van Dijk on there. It would be an immense challenge for our defence, but our girls will have to learn very, very quickly within each 15-minute block, work out how to stop the ball getting in quickly and the shots going up there.
And anyone who happens to be listening to us tonight on Quipu TV, if you don't know who Irene van Dijk is, well, where have you been? She is iconic. She's the most capped and recognised netballer in history, well, arguably, and still, may I say, one of the best shooters in the game. So hopefully the Glasgow audience will get a chance to see Irene on the court tonight or on Tuesday night.
Yeah, she's an absolute inspiration to all sportswomen. Irene is 42 years of age and won't mind me saying that. She's inspirational to us to keep training and working hard, and she does work exceptionally hard to stay at the top of her game.
Absolutely, yeah. So the teams are just going through their final preparations, and we are really looking forward to this, Geraldine, tonight.
Yeah, it's a privilege to have the Silver Ferns on our doorstep tonight. Have the crowds here filling the Emirates Arena, watching the game. It'll be an absolute pleasure.
Okay, so we're just going through the last few minutes, and we'll be looking at Adrian Giles, who will be calling the players onto the court soon for the lineup. So remember, if you would like to contact us during the next hour or so, you can do so using the hashtag on Twitter, and the hashtag is Thistles Ferns. We look forward to hearing your thoughts, your comments through the game. And if some of their New Zealand fans are listening, please don't hesitate to contact us and keep us right on pronunciations or anything else we may be getting wrong as we go along. We will do our best to get all the names of your wonderful Silver Ferns players correct.
Yeah. And a special welcome tonight to Gail Paratas' family back home. We hope to see you soon when you come and join us, but a special hello to Lexi and John.
Yep, hello to Gail's family from Glasgow, Scotland. And I'm sure you're feeling very excited watching Gail taking the team into this first exhibition match against the Silver Ferns. So just looking at the Ferns gathering there, just looking to see why she...
Yeah, we've got Y and Vicky Wilson, her assistant coach, just gathering their team together. Final thoughts before they take to court. And now we're looking at the Thistles just getting themselves ready.
You were talking about Y and being very kind of uncompromising. I do remember several years ago actually playing against her when I played for Scotland at goal attack, and quite often came up against Y, and she was just an amazing player to play against and very uncompromising defender. Absolutely. So I'm sure these qualities have been taken into her coaching career.
They definitely have. She's very straight to the point, very clear and concise with her coaching points. Really lets the players work things out for themselves and constantly challenges and moves them on to the next level. It's a privilege to watch her in action, actually.
Okay, so we're just about ready, and I'm sure very soon you will be able to see the teams walking onto court. We see the flag bearers ready there, having a little look at the Scotland flag at the moment. And yeah, pretty close to starting this game. Players lining up. I'm sure the Scottish Thistles players will be slightly apprehensive about the speed that they're going to come up against on the court. There's quite a gap between the top 4 in the world and the next 8, but the Thistles have done so well getting into the top 12 and sitting there and very proud in 12th place, aiming to move higher and higher. So this is a great opportunity for them.
Yeah, it's certainly the challenges they need to take them on to the next level again.
And you can hear the teams. We'll run through the teams. Millie Lee's at centre. Jolene Henry, wing defence. Katrina Grant, goal defence. Oh, have we got a wee change there? Did I get that wrong? We'll check that out for you. I think maybe Adrian Giles got that wrong there. So we're just about ready for the Scottish Thistles. And Scottish Thistles getting ready to take the court. And
Huge
we can
welcome.
hear the Glasgow crowd giving the Thistles a big welcome. McDonald goal shooter, Gallagher goal attack, Connell wing attack, Murphy centre, Brownie wing defence, Rachel Forbes at goal defence, and Hayley Mulheron at goalkeeper. Gail Higgins, Jin McNeil, Lindsay Meakin, Fiona Moore, and Bethany Sutherland, 16-year-old.
Yeah.
They are making up the 12. Bethany's had a bit of a rise to fame, Geraldine.
She has indeed. Bethany came into the national system in terms of playing for the juniors, the under-17s, only 2 seasons ago, and has since played under-17s, under-19s, World Youth Champs, and progressed to being involved in the Commonwealth Games long squad.
And we will now have the national anthems for both teams. And thank you to Gillian Crozier there. Gillian's an under-21 Scotland national player who came onto the court there to sing the national song for Scotland. So both teams just doing their final preparations now. Team huddle. And just ready to take their position on court. Ready for the start of this going to be a very exciting match.
Yep, and Scotland have obviously first centre. So we have Sam Murphy ready to start the game.
Well, it was a good drive down the court there by Brownie to take the first centre pass. Good possession held, fed into the circle to MacDonald, and she needs to convert this to get them off to a good start, and she does. So the Thistles take the lead 1-0. Lees with the ball to Brown. Back to Brown. You can see the defenders working really hard to try and close the other shooter down there, but the Ferns convert and it's 1-0.
Pass just slightly behind Karen Connell there, caused her to mishandle the ball, and it's Silver Ferns with possession.
Yeah, and good defensive work there by the Thistles, really closing down the Ferns, trying to occupy that space and win the ball. And it goes in beautifully there in the circle into Brown, who converts.
It's excellent defensive work there by the Scottish Thistles centre and wing defence.
And well taken there from Hayley Mulheron. Laura Langman trying a longer feed there, but didn't get away with it. Mulheron alert to that and took the ball well. Good start from Thistles. And Ferns take possession, turnover, unforced error there, I would say.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of confusion. Just need to take time, get settled here and play their own game.
So Millie Lees with the ball.
It's obstruction against Rachel Forbes there that's caused the 2-on-1 in the circle.
And again, a really nice shot from Jodie Brown, sinking it to make the score 3-1 to the Ferns.
Yeah, and the Scottish Thistles having to work hard to get the ball through to the shooters here.
The height difference is again very noticeable on court, isn't it, Geraldine? I mean, you're such a tall outfit, the Silver Ferns.
Yeah, even their centre court are decent. Oh, it's fabulous, quick
fabulous
ball
play
hands
there. From Catherine Latu into Jodie Brown. Great hands, and she's certainly really well known for that, how quick she is to see the gap and play the ball. Oh, bit of hesitation there. The ball's back in. And I think Scotland Thistle defenders really applying good pressure there in the circle.
They are making the Silver Ferns think.
Mulheron plays the long ball through to Forbes, who takes a knock but back on her feet quickly, and it's a penalty to the Thistles. Playing the ball down through the court to Karen Connell, to MacDonald, playing it back, looking for support. Again, Murphy plays it back for support. So Forbes and Brownie up at the line, helping their attacking players, always an option. Again, back again, and that's good. They're managing to retain possession there, and as I said, that kiss of death, Geraldine.
Absolute commentator's kiss of death.
Yeah.
It was very composed up to that point.
But that's what they're going to need to do. Brownie and Forbes have to support the attack so the ball can be played back in order to open up the space ahead. So Mulheron coming through again, but great defensive work by the shooter, by Latu.
Yeah, her hands just seem to go on forever, these arms and hands. They need to be very aware of that when they're trying to pass the ball around.
So that was a good drive through by Karen Connell, swinging the ball round, using the pocket really well into MacDonald. Leslie MacDonald really should be converting that. under enormous pressure, of course,
Huge
from
pressure, but yeah, we have to
Leanna De Bruyn
capitalise.
and Katrina Grant.
Rachel Forbes again making her presence felt there in the circle.
Yep, and a good feed again into Jodie Brown. Catherine Latu working to create the space for her there. Oops.
Right
And,
into the bench officials.
yeah, and the Glasgow notice board. Glasgow Live notice board. It was a good drive through again from Murphy.
Yeah, pressure immense there from the Silver Ferns, causing a held ball by the Scottish Thistles. We have to provide lots more options to release this pass going forward.
And that was a great drive through the centre of the court from Langman. She's just so dynamic, so quick. Yep, and Jodie Brown again sinks it. Great start from her, and it's 6-1. So the Thistles need to dig in here. They've done some good work, but the Silver Ferns starting to move away. And again, Hayley Mulheron does very well there.
Very unfortunate not to steal that ball.
But Latu takes it and converts.
The Thistles really have to settle quickly here and convert the ball in their own centre pass.
Forbes plays it back to Murphy, back to Forbes, through court again to Gallagher, who now needs to, to Karen Connell, wing attack. Now to McDonald.
It's a good drive out the circle by Leslie McDonald, just opening it up.
And Murphy plays a little drop feed into, little bounce pass into Gallagher, who misses. And McDonald has called time, so it's a time out for the called by the Scottish Thistles. Leslie McDonald seems to have a slight knock. And we've got the new Thistles physio, Joni Nielsen, on the court now with McDonald. And as Leslie McDonald gets a bit of treatment, we can see that Gail Parata is talking to the squad, along with Jill Fullerton, the assistant coach.
And we also have Sharon Lyons there, along with the coaching team tonight, adding some assistance.
So we have to hope that Leslie McDonald's fit to continue for the Thistles. She's a key player and captain, so she'll be needed on court. She was a wee bit shaky there with her shot a couple of times, Geraldine,
and
under
within
the post.
close range we would have expected Leslie to sink a couple of those shots that she's missed, so hopefully there's nothing hanging on her ear. You can see the physio taping up her knee.
And we can see Jolene Henry and Laura Langman having a little conversation there when the camera was on the Ferns. And back to Leslie McDonald, just getting some treatment. Yeah, she's getting some tape on her knee.
Yep.
So hopefully that's going to be all right. Looks like she's going to be able to continue. And just having a drink. And we should be able to get back into the game fairly soon. Silver Ferns just regrouping. They've made a great start, 7-1. Some good pressure at the start of the game by Thistles, but Ferns, again, just applied pressure, particularly in the centre court. A lot of turnover in the centre court,
a lot
Geraldine.
of turnover. So we need to really the Scottish Thistles have to sort that out and take control of their own game. When they have possession, be very, very careful with the ball.
Yep, value the ball's the name of the game. Really look after it when you've got it. Keep it. Because they're going to have to work very hard to win it. So once you get it, you need to keep it. So Langman's on the drive again. And look how quickly that ball's coming through into the pocket and into Brown, who sinks it again. Great fast move from the Ferns.
Langman still has the speed and the movement to get through the two defenders there, but a great intercept by Hayley Mulheron from the Scottish
Fantastic,
Ferns.
Hayley Mulheron. She's really started well. She is not, she's using all her experience. She's not in awe here. The long ball coming in, she's going to go for it. Well done.
Yep.
So again, Karen Connell driving through to Gallagher.
Nice front cut there by Sam Murphy. Yep. That was nice. Good dynamic and good speed.
Yeah, and she hit that spot right where you want to be at the top of the circle, right on the circle edge, Geraldine.
Yeah,
which is where the feeders need to get to.
That's exactly where the feeders need to be, to have the options and have vision in front of them to put that ball in. Unfortunately, Leslie McDonald unable to convert again.
Yep, bit scrappy there from both teams actually. But Ferns back in possession again into Latu. Nice double play with Langman. And we go to 10 goals to 1 for the Silver Ferns. So the Thistles really need to dig in here, or the game is going to run away from them. Oh, great pass from Latu. Full of tricks, beautiful feed in again from Millie Lees. And again converted 11-1. And we know that the Silver Ferns are using these exhibition matches here in Glasgow to familiarise themselves with the environment and with the city for the Commonwealth Games in 2014. But they're on a tour now. They're down to England at the end of the week for test matches against England.
And the ball's just been fed nicely by Sam Murphy, right under the post again for Leslie McDonald. So hopefully nice and composed this time. That's better, Leslie. So we have 11-2.
Millie Lees again to Langman.
And this time the Scottish Thistles centre and wing defence shutting down that option for Langman, and she was called for contact.
Good work from Brownie supporting the play again. You can see having to play it to her defensive colleague Forbes. Oh, and that was a super pass in. Gallagher couldn't pull it in, but it was a great pass. Great
vision by
Great
Karen
vision,
Connell.
yep. And the ball's out to Henry. Back to Jolene Henry at wing defence. Through to Langman again, yep. And into Jodie Brown. And again, a super shot. Great shot from Jodie Brown. Very composed looking on the shot.
Breaking called there by the Silver Ferns goal defence, so it's a Scottish Thistles ball.
Good work from Lindsay Gallagher.
Short again.
And again,
Short
it's a
on the
missed
shot again. Hayley Mulhern is putting a power of work in the circle
She's
against
doing
Catherine Latu.
yeah.
She's doing exceptionally well.
She is, Geraldine.
Yeah.
Totally agree, doing very
Yeah.
well. Ball coming through, Sam Murphy. Again. Brownie takes the pass. Oh. And the ball's out again, but it's a Thistles throw in. Gallagher's going to take it. You can see the two defenders working to shut down Leslie McDonald.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, and that's a great fake from Connell, and then in the baseline to Gallagher. Great move from Thistles. And they take their score to 3, and Silver Ferns 12.
Great job again. Hayley Mulhern intercepts the ball, and this time the Scottish Thistles have to capitalise in winning turnover ball.
Yeah, if they want to keep this score within, respectable, they need to really capitalise, as you say, on these turnovers. Hayley Mulhern's doing a very good job in defence. She's working hard to win as much ball as possible. And Henry's bringing the ball through to Millie Lees. Error there from the Ferns, unusual. And again, good play between Murphy and Connell into Gallagher, who sinks it. Better shot from Lindsay Gallagher that time, takes the score to 4 for Thistles and 12 to Silver Ferns.
Claire Brownie unable to balance herself there. Ball again, so it's turnover in the Silver Ferns on.
And Henry to Lees to Langman. Great combination through the centre court, 3 of them into Latu. And she sinks it, taking the score 13 to 4. Lees back to Henry.
Oh,
Again, well done, Rachel Forbes.
the speed that Catherine Latu took that pass from the back line was excellent. Caught the Scottish Thistles totally off guard.
Connell came out very well there to take the centre pass. And again, Lees nips in to take that, intercept it. So it's a Thistle sideline. Murphy jogs over to take it. And just look at that. Look at that defence there. Goalkeeper poaching. Seeing what she can come out to take. Yep, forcing the error. And Ferns take it from the baseline.
Again, an unusual error by the Silver Ferns. So it's Scottish Thistles, Claire Brownie from the sideline.
Good work, Murphy. Good drive through. McDonald out, looking for Gallagher. Yep, she gets it to her. And Gallagher takes the shot again. And McDonald converts. Taking the score 5 to Thistles, 14 to Ferns.
Karen Connell called for obstruction there. So it's still Silver Ferns possession.
And again, another good shot there from Ferns. Ferns shooter's not missing much. Oh, fantastic take from Jolene Henry at wing defence. Absolutely fabulous. Again, Mulherron makes a good attempt at it. Didn't quite get up the height that she needed to be. But Hayley Mulherron seeing that long ball coming in, and she's certainly making a good attempt at it, Geraldine.
She is indeed. Catherine Latu is in a game, and that's exactly what she would be expecting.
So we're in the last minute of this quarter, and Latu converts. And we're at 17 goals to 5 for the Silver Ferns. So Murphy looking for support at the centre pass. Connell comes out again. That's careless. Again, turnover. But it's the pressure again that the Ferns are putting on the Thistles. That just creates these errors. So Connell takes again, and Lee's nips in. Nice drive onto top of the circle. Great pass again into Latu, who takes it very easily and converts. And takes a score 18 for Ferns, 5 for Scottish Thistles.
An error by the Silver Ferns centre there. So Claire Brownie now in possession for the Scottish Thistles.
Yep, and once they drive, they're off again. And Jodie Brown, again, she made quite a few plays there and finished up converting it. And that brings the first quarter to an end.
Yep, and we have the final quarter score. Silver Ferns 18, Scottish Thistles 5.
So interesting quarter there, Geraldine, 18-5. I think the Thistles had quite a few shots at goals there, didn't convert, so probably had more opportunities.
They did. They have missed quite a few opportunities. We would have expected the Scottish Thistles to convert. And indeed, in terms of the turnovers they've taken from the Silver Ferns, they were slightly careless in their ball handling. So perhaps just taking a bit too long to settle, and we'd be expecting a little bit more in the second quarter from the Scottish Thistles to cope with the pressure that the Silver Ferns are undoubtedly putting on them.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say the Thistles recently were down in England playing Surrey Storm, Geraldine. Surrey Storm, the England Super League team, one of the top teams in England. And I think they had a very good result. I think it was 6 goals of a difference.
Yeah,
Surrey
they
Storm
had
beat them.
an excellent tour down in England, and certainly did put up a fantastic display of netball against the Surrey Storm. We closed the gap quite considerably. I think you're right, it was 5 or 6 goals. Was the final score that we'd lost. Gail did put out a lot of combinations and a lot of trial combinations in preparation for this match this weekend.
Yeah, but other than that game, they've not really had a lot of really tough opposition. They've been in a kind of training phase, a big strength and conditioning phase as well.
Yeah.
Just come out of that, so it's probably fair to say that going onto the court against a team of this calibre, the first quarter can be a bit of a shock in terms of the speed.
Yeah, I think you and I we've both been there. It is an absolute whirlwind, and the speed of the passing and the movement is so dynamic. It really takes you a bit to get your head in the game, but the Scottish Thistles will have to do exactly that. They have to catch up, read the game a bit faster, And we'll see what they bring out here in the second
Yeah,
quarter.
and the thing now is to, within mentally really, is to see the score as nothing each, start the second quarter again, and really look at improving that first quarter performance and first quarter score.
Yeah.
So we're just going to look at the changes.
It's all about learning from the first quarter now and what they've learned to bring out to this second quarter.
I think you've got some changes for us,
Yeah,
Geraldine.
I've just noticed a couple of changes in the Scottish Thistle lineup. We have Samantha Murphy going from centre to wing attack. Karen Connell has gone to the bench, and Fiona Moore has come from the bench to centre. Unsure yet. We'll keep an eye on the Silver Ferns to see if we can note any changes. And indeed, yes, we will see one right in the goal shooting position there. We have Irene Van Dyke taken to court for the Silver Ferns.
So if the Scottish Thistles thought Catherine Latu was something to contend with, here we have Irene Van Dyke.
Yeah.
Both fabulous shooters. So
fabulous players and very different. So Hayley has a different set of complications to work out here. She'll have to learn exceptionally fast against Irene again.
But again, a great opportunity for Hayley Mulheron to test herself against, one of the best shooters in the world.
That's an excellent little feed in by Sam Murphy. Leslie McDonald holding off the defenders very strongly and converting the goal. 18 to the Silver Ferns, 6 to Scottish Thistles.
Good start for Thistles.
A fantastic ball into the pocket there for the Silver Ferns and straight in under the post to Irene Van Dyke.
And Irene Van Dyke gets the first her first points on the board. And again, Thistles trying to drive the ball through the court. Forbes playing the ball forward to Murphy. To McDonald, back to Murphy, who manoeuvres the ball well there. Just trying to find Lindsay Gallagher, who takes a shot. And
it was a simple pass off there under the post to Leslie McDonald, who was holding the goalkeeper directly behind her. My feelings would have been Lindsay should have dropped that ball into Leslie.
Yep, that was definitely on. It was a possibility, but she had the confidence to go for the shot. If she's going to do that, she needs to sink it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a mistake from Ferns over a third. So again, Rachel Forbes builds from the back, plays the ball to Brownie, to Moore, trying to make an impact now at centre. Strong player, powerful player, Fiona Moore, and really needs to take on the challenge of Camilla Lees. So, bit of a tussle in the circle there. Silver Ferns come out with the ball. And so the ball's back with Irene Van Dyke, now under the post. Oh, back out to Jodie Brown.
Pressure by Samantha Murphy there on the wing defence.
Oh, a super pass, but
bit of a
nobody
bullet,
there.
yeah, but right off the back line, thankfully, for the Scottish Thistles.
It was a bullet, though. We heard that one. That's how quickly the ball's travelling. So again, Brownie builds to Forbes.
Yeah. Great support in the transverse line by Rachel Forbes tonight and Claire Brownie. They're both there all the time, offering options there for the centre court to feed off when they can't get the ball straight through. Nice and composed.
Yep, keeping the ball better this time, Thistles.
Yep.
Making lots of passes, being forced to make lots of passes because of the difficulty and the challenge getting it into the circle. And that was a poor pass from Fiona Moore. It was almost at McDonald's knees.
Silver Ferns' defence in the circle at the minute are totally dominating. They're pinning the Scottish Thistles behind. Very difficult for the wing attack and centre to feed the ball through. A bit of a wayward pass there by Sam Murphy, so the Silver Ferns back in possession.
The ball comes through the court again to Jolene Henry at wing defence. Langman draws forward, then cuts back. When she doesn't receive the pass, she never stops moving, Laura Langman. So dynamic on the court. She's very, very fast. So Brownie is, Claire Brownie is doing a reasonable job on her just now.
Another great interception by Hayley Mulheron, Marianne. She's really putting the pressure on Irene Van Dyke as well.
she's having a good game, probably
She's having a
Thistle's
great
best
game.
player so far.
Yeah.
And again, the Ferns bring the ball down the court so easily. Great display from them. Jodie Brown plays it back out to Langman. And converts. So the score is 21 to Ferns and 6 to Thistles.
Oh,
And that
bit
was
of an error there by Fiona Moores, giving the ball right away to the Silver Ferns. Here
Hanging
again
Van
on the
Dyke.
attack.
Bit of a physical contest there in the circle between Mulherron and Van Dyke. Van Dyke drove out the circle so strongly there, and then on her way back in, Mulherron was trying to really block her path into the circle, and deemed bit of contact from both of them, but the Thistles goalkeeper penalised there. So again, Van Dyke drives out, plays it back to her defence for support.
Good pressure again from Rachel Forbes. The circle defence are putting the pressure on, but the ball moves so fast. It's very, very difficult to get your hand to it.
Yeah, great shot from the Silver Ferns goal attack. So the ball's coming back out again there. Fiona Moore plays it back to Brownie. Again, you can see the amount of passes that the Thistles are having to make.
Yeah, and the increased number of passes only increases the amount of opportunities the Silver Ferns have to nick in and steal it.
Yeah, they're having such difficulty playing it forward, though. They're having to play it to the side and play it back in order to create that space. Mulherron takes the ball again, and more of an error from the Ferns that time, but Hayley Mulherron still alert to everything coming into the circle, having a good game, as we've said already. Ball coming through to Murphy. Oh, that's wayward from Brownie. Murphy had no chance of taking that one. And the ball comes back through the court, back with the Ferns again in possession. And again, Mulherron and chases it. Well done.
Over. Yeah.
Great turnover from Hayley Mulherron. Definitely Thistle's best player on court at the moment. The Thistles players working so hard to try and stick with these Ferns, but the speed of their movement is fantastic. Very difficult to match at the moment, but they're trying to stick to task. So again, you can see Forbes looking forward, but very little on, and then having to play it to the side to Brownie. Again, Gallagher looking forward, Murphy playing it back again, and forward to Fiona Moore. Murphy can't get it forward, so she plays it back to Forbes. But yeah, they've got to retain possession if that's what it takes. They've got to just keep the ball. And they have to play it a lot stronger and a lot flatter, Geraldine, if they're going to keep possession.
Lifted and floaty, we need to play it flat and fast to get through these Silver Fern defenders.
Great attacking move by Ferns. Excellent. Into the circle, and then they sink the goal.
Another timeout called here again by Leslie McDonald. That knee must be giving her some problems again. So we've got the physio coming onto court to have a look at it. Score at the moment is Silver Ferns 24, Scottish Thistles 6. So again, we can see the difficulty that the Thistles are having in possession. They're taking the ball through the court, getting it up into the end third, and then really struggling to get the ball into the circle. Now, part of that is credit to the Silver Ferns defence, who are pretty awesome in the circle. McDonald and Gallagher really need to use a variety of leads and options to try and create that space. Yeah, it looks very, very tight in there at the moment, so they have to change what they're doing. They have to open that circle up. They have done it occasionally, one driving out to create a bit more space, but we have to really think on their feet now. What options do they have? What can they do to get away from these guys?
Yep, and what their kind of strategy in the end third just now, Geraldine, you know, obviously to retain possession, they seem to be thinking about playing the ball back to their defenders. I mean, personally, I think that's what has to happen.
I think they're right, and I think it's nice to see that they have the confidence and the composure to do so. I think we both agree that quite often that final pass is a bit lifted and floated, which is allowing the Silver Ferns the time to come in and take it. But it is the right tactic. We have to keep possession, and whether that's a side or a back ball, that's what we do, as opposed to forcing the wrong ball through.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if it takes 10 passes to get it into the circle, then so be it. But they have to make that passing a bit stronger, a bit flatter, a bit more definite in where they're wanting it to go. But just keep valuing the ball and keep the ball when they have it. So we're into the 1 minute 20 of this quarter left. We're just looking to see if there's going to be a change here. I think there are a few changes happening for the Thistles.
Leslie McDonald has gone to goal attack, and Lindsay Gallagher back to goal shooter. Karen Connell has come back on to wing attack.
And I think Sam Murphy has gone off the court.
Sam Murphy's gone to bench.
Okay, so Leslie McDonald, who was injured, has come out to run about a bit more, so that's interesting. So she's still on the court, she's out at goal attack, but the ball is with the Silver Ferns goal attack, and Jodie Brown, I believe, scores that one and takes the score to 25-6 for the Silver Ferns. So Moore driving through there, but there's nowhere to go.
Quite sure what that call was there, Marianne. Contact, I think, or offside. It must have been offside by the wing defence.
So we've got a change in centre, New Zealand centre.
Thank you.
And the ball into Van Dijk, who just gets a little nudge there, I thought, but no, she was deemed to be off court, and Thistles come away with the ball. And we've got Moore with the ball at centre.
Laura Langman's doing a great job to pin Claire Brownie down here. Certainly has her work cut out to find the space coming through court. And it's a lovely ball again. Karen Connell's vision is one of her strengths. She's the one who can see to feed that ball through the eye of a needle at times, and has the confidence to do so. Unfortunately, we weren't able to convert the shot.
Yep, she's got an excellent feed, Karen. That, as you say, it's always been one of her trademarks. Very confident at getting the ball into the shooters, but needs the movement from the shooters to create those options. So again, Silver Ferns on the attack, bringing the ball through the court beautifully. Van Dijk swings the ball into the pocket and back into Van Dijk, who doesn't really miss those from underneath the post. Geraldine, we haven't seen her over the years missing a lot of those. Zealand centre plays it off to Langman.
It's a lovely feed, again right under the post to Irene Van Dijk. Converts, and we're at 27 to the Silver Ferns, 6 to the Scottish Thistles. Nice move from Leslie McDonald there. We need to control the pass off. Good drive to the circle again by Fiona Moore, but not a lot of options, and called for a held ball.
Yeah, she did think about turning and playing it back there, but just a wee bit slow to make that decision. She was hoping something would come in front of her, but it didn't. So held ball. Brown moves through to Langman into
putting pressure on there.
Yeah, she is indeed, to Van Dijk, and that was a penalty against her that time. Irene Van Dijk converts. Coming out the circle a lot, Van Dijk just driving through that central channel. Great roll off there. Oh, super use of that roll to create space. And again converts and takes the score to 29. 6 to Thistles, 29 Silver Ferns.
Silver Ferns are in a bit of a run here, Marianne. We need the Scottish Thistles to shut them down a little and convert their own chances.
So Henry again with the ball. And again into Brown, who converts. Once again, Jodie Brown, former basketball national age group champion, Southern Steel player. Works very hard in the court, great work rate. And then again into Irene Van Dijk, who Yep, converts again. And takes the score to 31 to Silver Ferns and 6 to Scottish Thistles. McDonald coming through there into the centre court and now out playing goal attack. I think we've got a Thistles player down, Karen Connell, but nope, she's up again. Hobbling a little, but I think she's all right. She's not called time. And the Silver Ferns come through the court again. Jolene Henry having a great game at wing defence. Oh, just a wee bit too much on that one. Van Dyke couldn't pull it in. So Mulherron taking it from the baseline to Forbes. Back to Brownie, back to Forbes. Nice ball
Lovely
forward
ball.
from Forbes to Connell and then to Gallagher. That was a better passage of play from Thistles.
That was lovely. Yep, very nice. Good straight direct balls up the court.
And Fiona Moore just moving around the edge of the circle there. And McDonald not able to convert. But Gallagher pulls it in well and converts and takes it to 7. And this Glasgow audience here at the Emirates Arena really trying hard to boost the team, boost their favourites. They know they're up against it, playing against the number 2 in the world. But they're trying to give them the support that they need. So
Lovely little move there from Brown. Plays the ball off the post, gets her feet onto court quickly to take the ball and convert the shot.
yeah, we like that one. Super. Seen it before quite a few times, but that was great from Jodie Brown. So quick. And it's a penalty outside the circle against Forbes.
Yeah, making life very difficult in there for Hayley Mulherron. Up against the 2 shooters on her own.
Irene Van Dyke converts again. She always looks so cool on the court. Irene, always a smile on her face.
Yep, absolute pleasure to watch.
Forbes driving through.
A
Great take.
fantastic interception by
Jolene Henry, I think
Henry,
that was.
yep.
Yep. We're into the last 10 seconds of the game, and Van Dyke converts again. So the last few seconds of this second quarter going to bring us to half time. Have the Scottish Thistles got time to sink another one? Nope, doesn't look like it. Lost possession on that one, and the Ferns are going to bring it through the court. Couple of seconds left, we think. Ball's into the circle, and Jodie Brown sinks a fab shot there. And we're into, we've got a bit of a countdown going.
Hear the crowd count
Silver
down.
Ferns with the centre pass, but no time to take it. And half-time score, Geraldine?
Yep, half time 4 with the Silver Ferns 35, the Scottish Thistles 7.
So looking at that as a quarter in its own right, looking at that second quarter, we had a score of the Silver Ferns 17 and the Scottish Thistles 2. So first quarter 18-5, second quarter 17-2. I don't think Gail Parata will be happy with that.
No, it's not good enough. They have to step up here. They are under immense pressure. We are playing the Commonwealth Games reigning champions, second ranked team in the world. But the Scottish Thistles have to start believing in their own ability, their capabilities and their strengths. We have had more shooting opportunities than perhaps expected. The shooting stats won't look too good at the moment, and Gail Parata will leave the girls in no doubt what she's expecting from them in the third quarter.
Yeah, and we can see just now that Gail and Jill Fullerton, the assistant coach, just talking to the Scottish Thistles. They've got a lot to put right just now, but yeah, I think we shouldn't be too hard. They are playing number 2 in the world.
Yep, absolutely. You know, this is an awesome team we're playing. They have strength and depth. They have fantastic players on the bench who can come on and cause immense problems. The Scottish Thistles are capable of more than they're putting out there at the moment. It's exceptionally difficult to feed this ball into the circle. So a lot of chat having to go on here in the Scottish Thistles bench. What are they going to do to make it different this next third quarter?
Yep, and maybe we just had a wee look at Clyde there, who's the Commonwealth Games 2014 mascot. So maybe he can bring the Scottish Thistles a wee bit of luck going into this quarter, because I think they're needing a bit of luck on their side, Jerry.
Absolutely. He's always a crowd favourite, is Clyde, and especially tonight he's throwing some sweeties into the audience. So he's got the kids well on his side, but he's always a good mascot to have at the court side, showing us his moves there as he drags along the court side.
So, considering the Silver Ferns have not touched down in Glasgow for too long, they got here on Friday, I think you said, Jerry. So, you know, there might still be a wee bit of jet lag going on there. And I'm sure Y will be using the opportunity to get as many of our players on the court tonight.
I would expect so, especially we do expect to see some of the younger ones getting a run out. Obviously the Silver Ferns leave here and head down to England to face world ranking matches against England. And I think this is our opportunity to give some of the young up-and-coming Silver Ferns a run out on court.
Am I right in saying they're playing England and Jamaica?
England and Jamaica, yes. They've got test matches against both. I think we can see Paquita coming onto court. The goal attack, who was here at the World Youth Champs, I think she's taken the goal attack bib. But we'll confirm that once we get the substitution changes.
Yeah, Clyde's giving us a little dance in the middle here. But yeah, we've seen a lot of dancing feet from Laura Langman on the court tonight. She's just so fast, she's so agile. She moves one direction. If she doesn't get it, she's not hanging around. She's quickly moving again. She's a fabulous player. Very, very impressed with how quickly the Ferns can turn defence to attack and bring the ball through the court.
Yeah, the speed of movement and the speed the ball is travelling when the Silver Ferns release it is phenomenal. It's very difficult for the Scottish Thistles to get those interceptions, but as we've mentioned before, Hayley Mulhern having the game of her life tonight. She really is putting it out there, and she's an inspiration to the rest of that team to up their game a little more and put pressure on all the way through the court.
Yeah, and just to explain to those watching that the Silver Ferns have brought with them their squad of 12 and 4 training partners. So they have their test squad of 12 players, and then they have 4 training partners with them. And some of these training partners have been listed in the 14 tonight. So it is possible that we will see some of the, as you say, Geraldine, some of the younger players on the court.
I'm mistaken, if not, the young goal attack who's coming on, I believe it's Maria Toutayer. As I say, we're waiting on the official substitution sheets arriving at the desk here, and we'll confirm that, but I believe it's Maria Toutayer coming on to goal attack.
Well, I would have to say personally, I'm very happy about that. Maria is one of my favourite players. I watched some YouTube video of her recently of her Fast 5 long shooting, and it's just
totally
awesome,
inspirational.
absolutely awesome.
Yeah. And we have Scottish Thistle Lindsay Megan taken to court at goal defence. So Lindsay Megan is taken to court with the most awesome opponent to be up against, Maria Toutayer.
I'm sure Lindsay will enjoy that challenge.
Lindsay's a very experienced player, has played in a few World Championships, has retired and come back into the game in the last year again. Is really putting it out there for the Scottish Thistles. And here we have the substitution sheet, so we'll confirm everything to you.
So Thistles with the ball at the moment. Moore again playing it back to Forbes.
Okay, and I'll just run
and
through
Gail Higgins on at goal attack. Sorry, Geraldine, on you go with the changes.
Yeah, we've got the Scottish Thistles changes here. We have Rachel Forbes has gone out in defence, and as I said, Lindsay Megan has come on to goal defence. Gail Higgins has appeared on court at goal attack, with Lindsay Gallagher going to bench, and Leslie McDonald has gone back to shooter.
And again, another missed opportunity there under the post from the Thistles, and Ferns bringing the ball away. Do you have the Ferns current lineup for us, Geraldine? I'll leave you to.
Yep, I'm just having a look through this. There's quite a few has come on here.
Yep, so if you, Silver Fern supporters, if you excuse us just now, we're just trying to get the changes to you.
Karaka goalkeeper now, and we have Selby Rickett at goal defence. We have Courtney Tyeri at wing defence. Laura Langman is back at centre, and Camilla Lees is out at wing attack. So quite a few changes there, and as I said, Maria Toutayer has gone to goal attack for the Silver Ferns.
Okay, so Silver Ferns with the ball at the back line. And Toutayer. Great combination between the two shooters there, Toutayer and Van Dijk. And again, Thistles with the ball from Moore at centre. A good ball in there, good ball into McDonald, who manages to convert this time. Better play, much better play from Scottish Thistles. And Silver Ferns are off again. Great drive to the top of the circle. Ball back. But you can see there the difference when Silver Ferns play the ball back. It goes back with speed.
Yes,
and
speed,
then that
the ball's
opens up.
flat and powerful.
Yep. And that opens up the end third again for the great drive to the top of the circle. And into Van Dijk. Another great shot. And as I say, Irene Van Dijk, it doesn't matter what pressure's on her, she always looks totally unruffled and just seems to smile her way
One
through
of
the
the
game.
most composed and charming looking players on the circuit, Marianne.
Definitely. So, Thistles, Higgins with the ball, the edge of the circle there, and a great idea, but again, just a bit of a misunderstanding there between Connell and Higgins. And they've played together for quite a number of years, so they really have to make that link work for the Thistles on court tonight. So coming through.
Again, fantastically off by Laura Langman there. Speed or decision making is excellent and a fantastic feed into the circle. Again, we've got Irene Van Dijk on the ball. Shot and converted. The score is now Silver Ferns 40, Scottish Thistles 38.
Of Scottish Thistles 8. I wish it was 38.
Excuse me.
Would be a much closer game if it was. That must have been in your dreams. So we're through again with Thistles with the ball. Fiona Moore trying to play it back to Meakin, but just goes out of court.
And here Leslie McDonald trying to rally the Scottish Thistles there.
Unusual error from Ferns there, bringing the ball out. That was Selby Rickett playing the ball from the sideline there. Working hard to try and open up a bit of space there. Gail Higgins and again Karen Connell, but the combination doesn't link. Ball coming through against Selby Rickett, goal defence to Teiri at wing defence. Great work there from Langman, just taking the ball round the hands at centre. And Silver Ferns take their score to 41.
Breaking the line there by Selby Rickett. Oh no, must have been a contact call.
Oh, and Higgins trying to play the ball over into Connell, into the pocket, but the pass just didn't have enough on it at all. And the New Zealand goalkeeper is Karaka.
Yep. She's just got her hand and
Phoenix Karaka, brought into the 12 in place of, well, she was coming as a training partner, but elevated to the actual team of 12, the squad of 12, in place of Casey Kopua, Casey Williams as we knew her.
Yep.
The Silver Ferns captain, awesome player, still recovering from injury, but here as a training partner and not being risked for the test squad. Big year ahead for the Commonwealth Games for New Zealand, so not risking the captain on this tour.
Absolutely the right thing to do. They have a massive task ahead for them. We'll want to retain that title when they arrive in Glasgow in July.
So Thistles again trying to build. Ball goes to McDonald, driving out the circle. Higgins really looking a wee bit lost in terms of finding the space in the circle. Big opponent she's up against, and she's I think she's about 5'5", Gail Higgins.
Yeah, she's one of her shorter,
yep,
certainly in terms of a shooting circle player, but very creative, very dynamic player. Has great vision, and when it works, it works. It looks fantastic. But Gail's got her work cut out there against Selby Rickett.
Yeah, she's got great vision and great hands. Gail Higgins also plays wing attack. So again, ball played into Silver Ferns. Irene van Dijk under the post and pops it in to take the score to 44 goals to Silver Ferns and 8 to the Scottish Thistles. Again, a bit of an error there, unusual one by Lees at wing attack. So Lees and Langman have just switched positions. That was a nice move out again. The circle move out by Higgins. She's going to have to try and do her work in the circle, maybe pulling the defenders and then driving through to assist McDonald.
Yeah, you'll see the Silver Ferns defensive set up there. They are putting a lot of pressure on. They're flooding the centre of the court there, and it makes it very difficult for their attack, the Scottish Thistles attack, to find the space. It's good work there by Rachel Forbes, getting a hand to it just to break down the speed of the ball through the court from the Silver Ferns.
And again, Van Dijk converts. But just before that, we saw Connell trying to put a long ball into the circle to McDonald with 2 defenders on her. Just ain't going to work against number 2 in the world. Really got to drive the ball up to the edge of the circle and look for the opportunity to put it in. So again, McDonald out the circle. Moore driving to the circle edge, back out to McDonald. Keep the ball moving quickly.
Held
But
ball
no,
called
there's
again.
a lack of movement in the attack at the moment. The Thistles just need to keep to task. They knew this was going to be a tough match. They knew they'll have a game plan and they need to stick to it regardless of the score. Just keep working on the things that Gail Parata's been working with them on in training, and just keep focused on the task and learn from each moment of the game.
Absolutely, Marianne. That's what they will have been told in their team debrief before the meeting. And it is difficult when the pressure's on and the ball is moving, the players around you are moving at such speed, and the scoreline seems to be flying away from you. But they have to focus, learn how to do that, and continue to learn throughout the match.
So Silver Ferns again, Toutayer with the ball, playing it out to Lees, back to her little double play there, and there she goes. It's so easy. The shot is just poetry in motion. Maria Toutayer's shot.
It's one of the best shots in the game. It's absolutely wonderful. And I heard you saying you'd watched it, the Fast Fives in New Zealand earlier a couple of months ago. She was, beyond a doubt, one of the best performances I'd seen from a shooter.
Oh, the 3-point shots she took were absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely.
Confidence to do that consistently throughout the whole tournament was excellent.
So we're looking at Karen Connell down here. Again, the new Scottish physio, Joni Nielsen's been kept busy this evening. So she's back out on the court and giving Karen a bit of attention. And while that's happening, we can see that looking over onto the court, all the coaches out, the Gail Parata for the Ferns and Gail Parata for Scotland and Y Tamano for the New Zealand Silver Ferns, just giving their players some guidance on what they want to see next.
Yeah, you could see Y Tamano there speaking to Karaka, who's a goalkeeper I'm not overly familiar with. Phoenix Karaka was brought into the squad, as I said, she was in as a travelling a training partner, and then was put into the squad in place of Casey Kapua. One thing that I do know about her is she's got fantastic elevation, terrific elevation, and young player coming through. So it's a great opportunity for her to go to England with the Ferns and experience this test match situation. Absolutely, and she'll relish the court time here tonight, and it's great to see Y Tamano giving her a bit of one-to-one time there, bit of advice on what to do, and then it's up against the opponent she's facing at the moment.
So I think I'm right in saying, Geraldine, that Karen Connell seems okay to continue. She's had a little bit of treatment and she's back here with the ball, ready to restart play on the umpire's whistle. And the score is 47 to Ferns and Scottish Thistles 8, and we're into the last 5 minutes of this third quarter.
Yeah, and whatever Y Tamano said worked, because Karaka's just come out and taken an interception.
Well, there you go.
Tip.
What the coach says, you do. Yep, Gail Higgins just pulls that one in, but doesn't sink it. And Phoenix Karaka manages to keep that on court, but it just puts it back into McDonald's path. And that was a contact from Maria Tutaya.
Good drive out there from Gail Higgins just to open it up. A lovely quick ball back from Moore.
And Higgins misses. Well, it was a good play from her. That's what she needs to do, because she really needs to draw the defence away from McDonald. They know that McDonald's the key shooter.
Absolutely.
So they're looking out for her. So Higgins really needs to work hard. She needs to do her work out and in the circle. She needs to drive into the space and draw the defence. But we see the Silver Ferns again bringing the ball through the court easily. Pressure seems to be lessening in terms of our the Thistles' defence.
Well, that's a wonderful ball in there from Maria Tutaya.
Great ball into Van Dijk. Great confidence in each other. These two played together a lot in the toughest of matches. So the ball coming through the court again. Another error from the Scottish Thistles. Just not coping too well with the pressure Silver Ferns are putting on them at the moment. But a really nice display from the Ferns.
Yeah, they're making it look very, very easy. I'm sure it doesn't quite feel like that out there even for them. They'll be pushing themselves. They'll have targets to meet. I'm sure Waitemanu has put some very stringent targets on them. A fantastic tip there yet again from Hayley Mulhern to turn the ball over for the Scottish Thistles.
Yeah, I think Hayley so far can be very well pleased with her work this evening. She really has taken the game on as a challenge, and she's really lifted her level. She's been a very consistent performer for the Scottish Thistles for the last few seasons, and I think she's really growing in confidence, and this is going to do her confidence a lot of good indeed.
Absolutely, she has been with the Scottish Thistles for a few seasons, as you say, Marianne, but it's great to see her grow. You've worked with her yourself, and we've watched her grow game by game, and tonight it's excellent to see what she's putting out there against one of the best in the world.
Yep, definitely. So here's Silver Ferns off again, and that was Karaka to Selby Rickett, playing the ball through to Langman, and we're back up in the circle with Van Dijk. Just watch how these two shooters work the circle. Maria Tutaya, pop pass into Van Dijk, but again, great pressure there, great pressure by Mulhern. But you can see when Maria Tutaya gets the ball, she's always looking to make that pass. If it's not on, she'll take the long shot. Great drive through the middle there from Gail Higgins, that's much better. Playing the ball back to Forbes. And well again, done. We see the speed from Higgins that she's very capable of. Now that's a classic Gail Higgins move, but there needs to be more of it. That was excellent play from her. She really controlled that whole attacking movement and injected a bit of pace. Suddenly there was a bit of life in the attack.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can hear the crowd responding to that. That is what the Thistles are capable of. They have to believe that, and they have to put it out there a little bit more consistently, despite the pressure they're under. It's lovely to see.
So the ball, again, great drive through the court from Langman. Perpetual motion, she never stops. And a super shot from super shooter, Maria Tutaya.
We've got Langman back at centre for the Silver Ferns. Great work by the defence there to try and slow the ball down.
And Van Dijk, a wee double play there with Millie Lees. So Lees and Langman have just been alternating. Ball goes back again to Meakin, Lindsay Meakin. Nice ball again, much better play from the Thistles into Higgins. Now she needs to sink it, and she does. Well done, Gail Higgins, much better. So that takes the Thistles score to 10. And a great drive again from Langman up onto the circle edge to Maria Tutaya. And there's a shot for you. I'm sure all the Silver Ferns fans are enjoying this, and just netball fans throughout the world who are watching with us on Quipu TV. I hope you're enjoying watching Maria Tutaya sinking these lovely shots.
That's the little pop pass you're talking about, Marianne. Just as a quick eye, look at Irene Van Dijk. If it's on, it goes.
And Langman releases that really quickly to Lees. Ball back to Henry, back to Langman, to Lees again. You see they're always driving up onto the circle edge. Oh, and Unusual miss by Maria Tutayer. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, and the three-quarter time score is Silver Ferns 54, Scottish Thistles 10.
Thanks for that, Geraldine. 54-10. So we've got a third quarter score there of 19 goals to the Silver Ferns and 3 goals to the Scottish Thistles. So we've had 18-5, 17-2 and 19-3 in terms of the individual quarter scores. So what is your feeling on that one, Geraldine?
Yeah, I think the Scottish Thistles lost their way for quite a wee bit at the beginning of it, but they did have a lovely couple of passages of play towards the end of the quarter. Gail Parata is putting some changes and different combinations out there, so it's difficult to settle, but she's doing the right thing. It's the time to let all these players experience that pressure. It's going to happen in the Commonwealth Games. We have got New Zealand in their section, so they're going to face this squad again. So it is the right thing to do. Let these players out there to experience it.
I think we also have to focus on the fact that Gail has the mammoth task of choosing or selecting the final 12 for the Commonwealth Games. She has a squad of 20 at the moment, and she has to select her final 12 in May. So this is a chance to see what these players can produce under enormous pressure. This is going to be the toughest pressure they come up against. So it's good for the Scottish coach at the moment to use this and get people on the court, see what they can do. It may well help her make that final selection. She's got Tuesday night's game to bring in the other players also.
Yeah, I totally agree, Marianne. That's what this is about for us. It's not a world ranking game. So it's Gail Parata's opportunity. Get the players out there. What can you do? How do you cope with the pressure? How do you learn within that 15 minutes, and how can you change things? I can see from this vantage point that she is putting most of the other substitutions on. We've got young Bethany Sutherland, 16-year-old, taken to court. An absolutely awesome experience for such a young player. Pretty fearless young lady, but she'll be up against it here.
Yep, and if we look at the match from the Silver Ferns perspective, also Y Tamano is looking to get the players on court tonight, get that jet lag out of their legs, get them moving together on court, working together and building towards their test matches in England, against England and Jamaica next week. So she's also using the game for different reasons, and that's why we're calling tonight's game an exhibition match. It allows both coaches the opportunity to try out things with a bit less pressure in terms of scores, results, etc.
That's right, Marianne. It's wise opportunity also to see our players get the legs a run out, get into the game, get their head focused on what's coming next week. They have exceptionally tough matches against England and Jamaica coming up.
So Thistles starting the last quarter off with a score of 10 to Silver Ferns 54. So they'll be hoping to get their highest goals for in this quarter and keep the Ferns to their best defensive score for the game for the quarter.
I'll just run through the substitutions here. We have for the Scottish Thistles, June McNeil has come on to goal shooter, Samantha Murphy is back on at centre, Claire Brownie at wing defence, and Bethany Sutherland goal defence. For the Silver Ferns, we have Catherine Latu taken to court again, back on at goal shooter, and we have Shannon Francois is on at wing attack.
Okay, thank you for those changes, Geraldine. So we're looking at Sharon Francois at goal attack, coming onto the court. And
she's come on to wing attack.
To wing attack, sorry, yep. And Sharon plays for Southern Steel, so I'm sure all the Southern Steel fans will be glad to see her on court. She's relatively newcomer to the Ferns, broke into the team in October 2013, highly competitive player, so has 5 test caps to her name, so it'll be good to see her on court in this final quarter. So again, Langman comes away with the ball to Latu. Love Latu's touching the ball, absolutely super hands. So we've got Latu playing with Tutayer. That should be a fantastic combination.
An awesome combination.
Quick hands. Oh, super play. Absolutely fabulous play. Latu and Langman linking up, and Tutayer just moving to the right places to create the space for them.
Just a total error there by Samantha Murphy, who's given the ball to the Silver Ferns. A great tip by Hayley Mulhern. And Scottish Thistles have possession.
That's Bethany Sutherland at goal defence.
Bethany at goal defence, yeah.
So she's got a nice introduction to senior international netball.
Bit of a
playing against
baptism of
Maria
fire.
Tutaya. Go for it, Bethany. 16 years old.
Yeah, she had a fantastic World Youth Championships competition here at the Emirates Arena back in August. Really rose to the challenge. Fearless on court, learns very, very quickly, put some great performances out there which gained her a place in the long squad for the Commonwealth Games, and it's lovely to see her having been named in this squad tonight.
Oh, that was fantastic play there from Maria Tutaya to Catherine Latu. So quick. Both of them play very similarly in terms of quick hands, see the space.
Lovely ball to Sam Murphy and dropped in there. Lovely to June McNeil, who converts the shot.
Good shot from June McNeil. Sinking that one, that's what the Thistles are needing. We've got a little bit of a problem here with one of the Ferns players. Went over to the
Maria Tutaya.
Maria went over to the umpire and called time.
Yep, she's got a bit of a problem with her knee there. You can see the physio working on it. So again, it gives the two squads a chance to regroup. Coaches are both off their feet immediately.
And I suspect if there's any hint of a serious problem there, she will be off the court because she's a key player for the test matches in England at the weekend. So I can't see why Tamano taking any unnecessary chances there. But she'll get word from the physio. And I say if there's any doubt, I'm sure Maria will be off the court. So we're just looking just now at Gail Parata speaking to the Scottish Thistles.
Yeah, she's very calm and composed, Gail, and what she's saying to the players. She will be telling them to focus on task at hand. They'll have their goals, they'll have their personal targets, they'll have their team targets, and she'll just be refocusing them on that. I think
so.
Maria
As we said,
is continuing.
Yeah, big opportunity for Bethany Sutherland. Bethany's from the Highlands.
She's from Golspie in the Highlands. Her mum is an ex-England international player, but her dad is from the Highlands and Scottish born and bred. Golspie in the Highlands is her home.
So Latu again looking for that quick pass. Maria Tutaya wasn't available that time, so she just double plays it with Francois. And she sinks that. So the ball again comes through the court. A nice play there into June McNeil. Super shot from June McNeil. Excellent start.
Lovely play.
She's come onto the court at goal shooter, and I think that's the first couple of shots she's put in.
And a footwork error by the Silver Ferns there, very unusual.
That was from Francois.
Shannon Francois.
And again, it was
well
a good drive through the court there, picked up well, by Karen Connell. Round to Murphy. And Higgins again with the ball, looking to put the shot up.
June McNeil working tirelessly to hold off Selby Rickett there for the rebound. Great conversion by Higgins.
Yeah, it was a really nice shot from Gail Higgins. So shooting much better in this quarter for the Scottish Thistles.
Nice take by Sam Murphy.
So again, play just starting with Connell. Restarting, I should say, to McNeil. McNeil now needs to work her way into the circle, which she does. Little drop pass to the front to Higgins. Played into the pocket. And the right idea, but McNeil just wasn't able to pull that one in. But it was a good ball in there And certainly the right idea from the Thistles, swinging the ball round.
Yeah, this attack combination.
Oh, wow. Wow. What a pass from Latu to Maria Toutayer.
And a fantastic take by Toutayer.
Fabulous. And then quickly out and into Francois and back into the circle. Super goal by Silver Ferns. Again into Latu. And she converts. Excellent play by the Ferns. Murphy takes the centre again. Good quick take there by Gail Higgins. Again, good drive out there from Higgins. Higgins and McNeil working really well together.
They are working very well together. Not quite sure, missed that there. Must have been a bit of footwork from June McNeil there, but that combination is working very well. Reading off each other exceptionally well, very clever.
Oh, fantastic play. Catherine Latu is a delight to watch. Fabulous play. Turning it on now, a bit of style coming through.
I think she has the fastest feet in the business, Marianne.
Yep, again, she's a Northern Mystics player.
A wonderful interception by Hayley Mulhern.
So I'm sure all the Northern Mystics fans are looking forward to seeing.
And that's the vision we're just talking about there from Karen Connell. She put the ball straight under post for June McNeil. Disappointing miss there from McNeil.
Yeah, it was a fantastic pass. Yeah, I was just saying the Northern Mystics fans are, I'm sure, going to be looking forward to watching Latu again in the NZ Championship this year, 2014. That was a super pass there, but from Connell.
Yeah, and June has to go over that. She's beaten herself up about missing that shot there, June McNeil. She'll just need to move on, ready for the next one.
She's got nice control on the ball, Bethany Sutherland, when she brings it up through the court. For such a youngster, she's very composed.
She has. Mariana did have the privilege of working with her in a coaching capacity, and she really does scan the options very quickly. Very composed decision maker, which is great to see, and very brave in the ball. She does put her body in there.
Again, McNeil holding off very well, using her strength, body strength, upper body strength, holding off, and Higgins converts. Higgins looking a lot happier now in there at goal attack, having the confidence to take the shots and convert them. Seems to have settled into the game in this quarter. Thistle's doing much better, I think, in the attack. Jerry?
They look much more composed and a lot more confidence about them.
And much better movement in the circle between the two shooters.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and again, another great shot by Higgins. This is what we know Gail Higgins is capable of doing. It's just that inconsistency she needs to tackle so she can produce it more and more, because she's certainly got the ability.
She has indeed. She's very, very quick in the ball, very creative.
And that was a good, another good shot there from Latu. Makes it look very easy. Latu at 189, so very tall. And we're into the final 6 minutes of the game. And the ball's into Latu again. And once again, she converts with ease. Maria Toutayer playing the ball, beautiful ball there to Langman, driving to the circle edge and again into Latu. She's got such a strong take, Jerry.
A great hold on Hayley Mulhern there, had the space to post, and the take is just phenomenal. It's the quick snatch out the air, total control.
And Murphy plays it out there to Connell. Brownie came into the rescue.
It's great work by Gail Higgins. She really is opening up that attack there for the Scottish Thistles. Her speed of move. Great passage of play.
I think the Thistles have injected a bit of speed into the attack, which is definitely working. The combination between Higgins and McNeil is much more effective in this particular quarter.
Definitely is, Marianne.
And again, that's a conversion from Latu, and the ball's back with Murphy at the centre pass. So the Ferns have 6 to 8 goals and the Scottish Thistles have 16.
So that's 6 goals in this quarter already, Mary-Ann. So that's the most goals we've scored in a quarter so far. So positive end to the game so far from the Scottish Thistles.
Yeah, you can see the attacks working much better now. Obviously, the Silver Ferns defence has changed.
Gail Higgins converts yet again. Confidence is growing.
But certainly, that I think you've hit it in the nail, Geraldine. It's a confidence factor. Sink a few goals, get the ball moving quickly. Yeah, and they're looking a lot more confident in their attacking third, the Thistles.
Raises the morale of the whole team when those balls start to sink, Mary-Ann.
So 69 to Ferns, 17 to Thistles, and they'll be aiming to get that up into the 20s, and that'll be a much better quarter for them in terms of their attacking achievement.
Contact called there against Sam Murphy, just coming from behind, needs to take her feet round to take a clean intercept.
Great drive out from Latu, and there's the pass in. But again, Bethany Sutherland getting hands in there. Saw that coming in. Great drive in.
Take.
Really good play there from Brownie.
Great ball over to pocket.
Murphy working hard against Langman there. She's got her work cut out against the world's best netballer, as voted on by the Guardian panel. And again, the ball's through the court so quickly.
Yeah, very difficult to defend that ball at the speed it's moving, the speed of movement going on round about them.
Yep, and that's an unusual miss. And Mulheron takes the ball at the baseline to Sutherland, brings the ball through court to Brownie, and a good cut through there from Brownie into space.
Yeah, really strong Claire Brownie now. This is a better quarter from her. She's really holding her own against Laura Langman. And there's the commentator's curse, Mary-Ann. She gives the ball away.
Oh, great work, Langman. And a super shot from Maria Tutaye to complete that lovely move from the Silver Ferns. And they've reached 70 on the scoreboard. And less than 2 minutes to go in this match. So Silver Ferns taking the score to 71. Scottish Thistles need to work hard, try and get it up to 20. See if they can get another cover. Great ball.
Vision again by Karen Connell.
Fantastic ball by Karen Connell. Why Tamano will not be happy with her defence. That was a long way that came, that ball.
June McNeil has to just compose herself here.
Oh.
Unfortunately didn't manage to convert, but Gail Higgins has picked up.
Another chance for Gail to convert here, to take it to 18.
Good job,
and
Gail Higgins.
And Laura Langman takes a centre pass. Great drive forward there.
It's a lovely ball, lovely feed.
Oops. Latu hits the deck, but she's up again. It was a bit of a nudge from Mulheron. Yep, and she takes the score to 72 to Ferns and 18 to Thistles. Murphy looking for another goal here, really trying to drive the team
done it again, but Selby Rickett read at that time.
Yep. Yep. That was well seen from Rio Selby Rickett there to Younga Rio.
Yep, too much hesitation in the ball there, Gail Higgins. Wasn't offered very much from her attack.
So Phoenix Karaka plays the ball in, and it's coming through the court again, nice and quickly. Langman.
You hear the crowd count down. Laura Langman.
We're in the last 10 seconds. Mulheron's trying to play the ball through. They're looking for another goal, but they're not going to get it. And we have a final score, Geraldine.
Final score of tonight's exhibition match is Silver Ferns 72, the Scottish Thistles 18.
And really good performance from the Silver Ferns. Great to see them here in Glasgow at the Emirates Arena. And a much better performance in the final quarter from the Scottish Thistles. scoring 8 goals and Silver Ferns 18. So certainly in terms of goals for, it was an improved performance in the final quarter.
It
so
was indeed.
Both teams together there in the centre of the court, Geraldine.
Yep, just doing their little huddle and applauding each other for the performances. Silver Ferns scored pretty consistently, Marianne. 18, 17, 19, 18 goals over each quarter. So the Scottish Thistles obviously contained them. They didn't let them run away with it any further. And definitely by far the best performance of the game, the last quarter by the Scottish Thistles for themselves.
Yeah, much better attacking quarter in that last quarter, with Higgins and McNeil combining well in the circle, and at last the Thistles able to convert some of those opportunities at goal that they had. Yep. So we look forward to Tuesday. We've got the second exhibition match on Tuesday night, and the Thistles now have a target to work towards, because tonight's score was 72 to the Ferns and 18 to Thistles. So they'll be looking to better that, and of course so will the Ferns. They'll be looking to better that also.
They will indeed.
Tuesday
There'll be
night.
lots of post-match analysis going on with both teams. They'll go through the match bit by bit and work on their targets to improve things and increase their scoreline and shut down more defensive. So yeah, more challenges ahead on Tuesday night, but fantastic for the crowd here in Glasgow to see what's ahead of us in July at the Commonwealth Games.
And who were you particularly impressed with in both teams tonight, Geraldine? If you had to pick out one player in each of the teams, who would you go for?
For myself, I think I've said it over the course of the evening. Hayley Mulhern for me, Sean, as a Scottish Thistle, really led the team fantastically well. Laura Langman has an engine, which I totally admire as a previous centre court.
Yeah, totally agree with you there. Yeah, it's difficult to pick out one Fern. We've enjoyed watching them all. We hope you've enjoyed today's match. It's certainly been very, very interesting. It's been great to have the Silver Ferns here in Glasgow and see that standard of performance. Thank you for all your tweets. Remember that you can continue the conversation about today's match on Twitter using the hashtag ThistlesFerns. Will the Thistles be able to put up an even better performance? Will they reduce that score deficit against the Silver Ferns? We'll be on air at 6:50 p.m. GMT on Tuesday to answer that question, and we hope you'll join us then. This has been a Quipu TV production for Netball Scotland. From all of us here at the Emirates Arena in Glasgow, it's goodbye.